I'm here on a beautiful late fall day in rural Maryland. I am at Antietam National Battlefield, which has the sad distinction of hosting the bloodiest day in American history. And that goes back to 1862, and that is a record that still stands to this day. I'm at the Burnside Bridge stop at the battlefield. And my video today is actually unrelated to Burnside Bridge, but to the monument straight ahead of me. Now, when most people think about guys that fought in the Civil War, specifically generals that later became president, obviously Ulysses S. Grant, lieutenant general of them all, is the first that come to mind. But there was actually a long list of United States generals, officers, even former privates that would become presidents in the years following the Civil War. And the youngest of them all was William McKinley from Ohio, whose last election was in 1900. So that just goes to show you how far into the future Civil War veterans would still hold government offices. And this is one of the only monuments dedicated to one person here at the entire battlefield. McKinley was around 19 at this battle and was in the same regiment as another future U.S. President, Rutherford B. Hayes, both in the same Ohio regiment. I know, hard to believe, two future presidents in the same regiment at a Civil War battle. And he is on record by saying that McKinley, who was a commissary officer, went above and beyond and out of his way to make sure all of the men here near the Burnside Bridge had the water and hot coffee and warm meals that they needed to continue the fight. And he did this all while under fire. And because of this, Ohio wanted to recognize his service, not only to the war effort, but also to the country here at Antietam. And this monument was erected in 1903, 2 years after his death. The monument features depictions of McKinley's face as both president and as a young man back in the Civil War, so that's kind of a unique feature. And there's also this nice lithograph depicting the scene that McKinley was in here at Antietam. And if I had to guess, that would be him right there giving rations to his fellow soldier. So nice features here on this monument. McKinley would serve as president during the Spanish-American War victory. So that's another fun tidbit of history. Someone who lived through and survived the Civil War was president during another future war in American history. So it's kind of nice when you think about guys having war experience being presidents during another wartime. But ironically, McKinley survived the bloodiest day in American history just to be assassinated during his second presidential term in office. McKinley became the third U.S. president to be assassinated. Obviously, Abraham Lincoln was the first, and then another former Civil War general, James Garfield, was the second. So being a Republican former Civil War soldier was a dangerous profession post-Civil War. Actually, I'll wrap this up by saying, because his name is hot in the news at the moment, the only Democrat the first Democrat to become president after the Civil War was Grover Cleveland, who used to hold the distinction of being the only American president to win 2 terms non-consecutively. He won, lost, and then won. But of course, that has now been done with Donald Trump. So poor Grover Cleveland has lost his place in American history as being the only president to do so. But we'll take one last look here at the monument to William McKinley. Again, this was erected 2 years after his assassination, so it has been here for well over 100 years. And it is a beautiful monument. Here's a nice message about the president and former officer. He started the war as a private. He ended the war as a brevet major, I believe. So we'll end off here, walking back towards Burnside Bridge. I'll throw up a nice shot for you. And hope you enjoy the scenery. Thanks again for joining me on Parks with AP. Like this video and subscribe for more national park content.